Hey Guardians, Profane here. Thanks for checking out the video. Today we're taking a look at one of the strongest and most overpowered Solar Hunter builds in Destiny 2 Lightfall. A build that's about to get some serious juice in Season of the Deep, as a huge upcoming buff will be giving this build a 20% increase in super damage. This build already puts out some insane DPS that will flat out annihilate champions and bosses, and in large part, this is thanks to a broken combination of kinetic surge mods stacked on top of the Golden Gun super. When weapon surge mods were introduced in Lightfall, they somehow were given the ability to interact with the gun of the Golden Gun super, permitting it to receive the damage bonus as if it were a normally equipped weapon. By stacking 3 surge mods and having armor charge active, you'll get a nice 22% bonus to the overall damage that a Golden Gun shot deals. With Golden Gun receiving a 20% bonus in damage next season, there's 2 exotic armor pieces that will really amplify Golden Gun to maximize its potential, and may finally pull hunters away from crushing on Blade Barrage. The Star Eater scale boots and the Celestial Nighthawk helmet both offer some extremely lucrative benefits for Golden Gun hunters. The Celestial Nighthawk comes with the Hawkeye Hack intrinsic trait, which compresses your Golden Gun shots into one massively overpowered shot. This gives Golden Gun a 500% increase in its total damage, but it's all done out of one shot. That's 37% more damage than that of 3 precision hits from the standard marksman Golden Gun. When an enemy is defeated by Golden Gun, they will explode, causing area damage to nearby enemies, and you'll instantly receive a 33% bonus in super energy. By utilizing the marksman Golden Gun along with knock 'em down solar aspect, the Golden Gun will last for 16 seconds, giving you ample time to line up the perfect shot. Marksman Golden Gun also deals out an additional 45.8% bonus precision damage on the first precision hit, and grants 2 orbs of power. When not running Celestial Nighthawk, Marksman will deal out an additional 90% bonus precision damage on the third shot, hands down a far better choice than Deadshot is. On the flip side, we have Star Eater Scale, which comes with Feast of Light. This gives you a bonus to super damage when picking up an Orb of Power. You also receive bonus super energy when collecting orbs. Instead of 7% from super orbs, you'll get 10% energy instead. And instead of 2.5% energy from small orbs, you'll get just over 4. Once your super energy is full, you can receive up to a 4 stack of Feast of Light, which can provide you with a maximum of 70% increased super damage. When fully charged, that's 33% higher than the maximum output that the Nighthawk can pump out. For 1 stack of Feast of Light, you'll receive a 27.3% boost, 54.6% for 2 stacks, and 62.3% while at 3 stacks. This bonus gets applied to each Golden Gun shot, massively increasing your damage output with the use of Marksman Golden Gun, and this will again get stacked on top of any active weapon surges. When casting your super, you will receive an overshield based on how many stacks of Feast of Light you currently have, maxing out at 100 points of health. The Star Eater scale definitely has an edge over top of the Celestial Nighthawk, as it deals exponentially more damage, but this really does rely on you having a full 4 stack of Feast of Light. The additional 33% super regeneration that you get off of Golden Gun kills does make Celestial Nighthawk very appealing when you're trying to pull off consecutive supers in a short amount of time. The overall damage for both the Star Eaters and Nighthawks can be boosted by an additional 25% while Radiant. Hunters have 2 ways to become Radiant. The Ember of Torches Solar Fragment will cause you and nearby allies to become Radiant when hitting a combatant with a charged melee, but this does reduce your discipline by 10 points. There's also my preferred choice, an Acrobat's Dodge, which grants you and nearby allies Radiance when performing your dodge. Whether you're using the Nighthawk or Star Eaters, the Bad Juju will make for a great exotic weapon choice to pair up with this build, as you'll be able to significantly reduce the time that it takes to get your super back. I also really like using the Monte Carlo to get melee energy back faster, but legendary weapons with Pugilist can also achieve this. And don't underestimate the advantages of the Traveler's Chosen sidearm, especially after sidearms just received a bonus in damage, and Traveler's Chosen will regenerate all 3 of your abilities when consuming charged light. With 3 kinetic surge mods active, the Wither Horde can really eat away at your enemy's health, making them prime targets for an overpowered golden gun shot. Weapons like the Two-Tailed Fox or the Tractor Cannon can provide you with a debuff against your enemy, which will in turn increase the damage potential of Golden Gun even more. When it comes to the rest of our solar subclass, we're using On Your Mark. This is going to give us 3 fragment slots, a huge advantage over Gunpowder Gamble. But in Season of the Deep, Gunpowder Gamble will provide 2 fragment slots instead. Gunpowder Gamble is great for an extra nod towards your damage, but ultimately, I like having 5 total fragment slots to utilize. On Your Mark provides increased weapon handling and reload speed after precision kills. This applies to you and your allies and can stack 3 times. Activating dodge will immediately grant maximum stacks. Along with the extra golden gun time, Knock 'em Down is going to cause throwing knife kills to fully refund melee energy while we are radiant. There's 2 knife choices that I would recommend. For beginners, the knife trick is a great choice as it fans out 3 knives that scorch targets. But weighted knife deals out bonus precision damage and will cause scorched targets to ignite. Weighted knife calls for a more skilled hand but has major payoff, while knife trick creates great synergy with several of our fragments since it will scorch targets. Since Season of Defiance offers a few benefits to running Flarebolt grenades, they're a great choice for now, but ultimately when facing off against higher end content, I like the use of healing grenades, even if that's an unpopular choice. Healing grenades give an added level of survivability that can really be needed in in-game content. And if you're able to dish out 22% bonus weapon damage with an overpowered super and Radiance in your pocket, the loss of a damaging grenade isn't that detrimental. Since we get a full ensemble of fragment options, we're going to go ham on ability regeneration, while keeping a sightful mind towards our armor stats. We're using Ember of Singeing, which is going to grant 300% bonus class ability regeneration for 3 seconds after applying Scorch to any enemy. We're also using Ember of Solace. This is going to cause restoration and radiant effects to have a 50% increased duration. Ember of Ashes will apply bonus Scorch to targets, and Ember of Char will cause solar ignitions to spread Scorch to affected targets. This also grants 10 points of additional discipline. And lastly, we're using Ember of Searing. Defeating scorched targets grants between 8 and 25% melee energy, based on the combatant's tier level. Ember of Searing provides 10 extra points towards recovery and will create a fire sprite, which intrinsically provides 12.5% grenade energy. When it comes to our armor and armor mods, our main goal, like most builds, is to reduce the cooldown of our abilities as much as possible. We've already touched base on the use of weapon surge mods, so we'll also need to ensure that we have stacks of armor charge available. We're running kinetic siphon mods, the heavy-handed gloves mod, and the Reaper mod to generate orbs, which will in turn grant armor charges and regenerate super energy. Dynamo or hands-on will both make great helmet options to regenerate super energy after dodging or after defeating enemies with charged melees. Charged up will grant additional armor charge slots to be available, and time dilation can give us additional time to have armor charge active. Font of Vigor is a great font mod to use for gloves to give yourself a bonus to strength while armor charges are active. The use of one mod will boost strength by 30%. The Outreach class item mod can provide a bonus towards melee energy when performing your dodge. This way you get your knife back even quicker. The use of one mod grants 10%, with 2 granting just over 12. With our choices in armor mods and class tree, we'll be able to create a ton of orbs to fuel our weapon surges and regenerate our abilities and our overpowered super at an extraordinary rate, allowing us to mow down enemies in any level of content throughout the rest of this season and onwards through Season of the Deep. Season of the Deep will likely bring some new and exciting mods for solar classes to try out, and will hopefully make this build even better. But even if it doesn't, the additional 20% bonus that's getting tacked onto Golden Gun is going to be absolutely incredible. So if you haven't given this Golden Gun Hunter build a try, then it's high time you do so. But if you have, then I'd love to hear your thoughts and impressions of this build in the comments down below. That's going to wrap things up for today's video, but I wish you all the best throughout the rest of this season and throughout next season. Thank you as always for checking out the video. If you enjoyed and found it helpful, then be sure to hit that like button below along with the subscribe button if you're new. Both are greatly appreciated and both really do help support the channel. If you're a new Light Guardian just starting your journey, or a battle-hardened veteran just looking for a new home, be sure to check out the Discord link in the description below and join one of the greatest communities in all of Destiny. And until next time, Guardians, this has been Profane, wishing you all some happy hunting.